Yo, Colleen, you there? Are you at home right now?
Yeah, I'm here. Why do you ask? And besides, if you're home, you could always just, you know, talk to me in person. Why are you texting me?
Because I figured you had started on one of your usual lectures if I talked to you in person. Looks like I was right. So anyway, where's my dinner?
I didn't make any for you? You told me yourself this morning that you were going to be out late and didn't need any dinner. So yeah, I just made enough for myself.
Oh my god, you are worthless. Newsflash, plans change sometimes, Colleen. Seriously? Only making enough for yourself? No leftovers? Not even a light snack for later? How selfish can you get?
Why are you chewing me out by a text like this? And if you can chew me out by a text like this, couldn't you have texted me that your plans changed?
If you could think of someone other than yourself for a change, I wouldn't need to text you at all.
Harry, what has gotten into you lately? Why are you so angry at me? You never used to be like this. It's like you're a completely different person.
I'm me. The same me as I've always been. And who the hell are you?
Whatever. I really don't feel like talking anymore about this right now.
Oh, so you're gonna run away from me, huh? Is that what this relationship is to you? You think you can just walk away from your responsibilities to me whenever you feel like it?
Look, it's clear that you're in a bad mood. I'm tired and I don't feel like getting into fight. I don't know if it's stress from work or you're not even feeling well or whatever, but let's just call it a night and we can talk again in the morning when we're both feeling better, okay?
Yeah, sure. Fine. Whatever.
I'm concerned about you though, okay? If there's something on your mind, I wish you would just come out and talk to me about it. And as for dinner, there's a bit of soup left over in the fridge and some fried chicken in the freezer. And if none of that sounds good, you can go to whatever restaurant you want and order a takeout.
Yeah, I'll just do whatever.
Hey Mom, did you hear that? It sounded like Dad just came home. Yeah, he did. He texted me asking me where his dinner was. That's weird. I remember him saying this morning that he'd be working late tonight and that he'd get something for himself. Yeah, and when I reminded him of that, he told me that good wives can somehow magically read their husbands' minds and know their plans changed or something to that effect. What is wrong with him? Seriously, who does he think he is? I swear he makes me so mad sometimes. It's okay, Sienna. Calm down. Remember, he's still your father, okay? You don't have to stand up for him like this, Mom. I'm on your side. What do you mean, Sienna? I know everything, Mom. Everything? I know why Dad is coming home late all the time. I know why he's been treating you so terribly lately. I know, Mom, everything. I guess you're more observant than I gave you credit for. I'm sorry about all of this, Sienna. It's just, well, I figured that I could wait to deal with everything until you had graduated from high school. But I guess maybe I was wrong to do that. You don't need to worry about me, Mom. Besides, I already have a job lined up for me after I graduate. Not to mention, my graduation is only 3 months away. If there's anything at all I can help you out, Mom, I want to do it. Let me help you. Thank you, sweetheart. I guess if you would really mean that, then I have no reason to keep on bearing with this anymore, do I? None at all. Go get him, Mom. All right. I'm gonna have to give a good deal of thought as to what my next plan of action is, though. We'll talk more later. Hey, Dad. Are you there? Didn't you get a message from Mom just now? It's an emergency, Dad. You need to answer the phone. Mom was taken to the first district hospital in an ambulance. My high school graduation ceremony was today. Mom came, but I was talking to my friends, so she left ahead of me. When I got home, she was collapsed on the kitchen floor. She wasn't responding, so I called an ambulance to take her to the hospital. She still hasn't woken up. I know that you guys are heading toward a divorce, but as of now, you're still husband and wife, aren't you? So please, Dad, please. Please come to the First District Hospital right away and see Mom.
Sierra, listen to this. You'll never believe it. I just got the best news I've gotten probably my entire life. It's too good to be true. Get this. My wife just got hauled away to the hospital. Apparently she's totally unresponsive. But wait, it keeps getting better. She's been saying that she wouldn't agree to a divorce unless I pay her a massive settlement, right? Well, I just went home and looked through my wife's files. And guess what? I found the divorce agreement she'd been working on, and she already signed it. This is my chance. I can make a few edits, submit this to the courthouse, and boom! I'm divorced on my terms, and we can get married. So, yeah, I'm going to head over to the courthouse right now while my wife is still unconscious. And then tomorrow, you and me can head to the very same courthouse, say our vows, and be together forever. Gosh damn it. I'm sorry, Sierra. So it turned out the divorce agreement I found still needed my wife's signature in a few places. According to the clerk, any edits made after the document was printed needs to be signed and dated by both parties. And, of course, since my wife is currently a vegetable, she can't sign them. And if I tried to forge her signature, the clerk would probably get really suspicious. I'd hate for our marital bliss to be interrupted by some stupid forgery charge or whatever. So I decided that it would be best to put off submitting the divorce papers for now. I'm really sorry, babe. Could you please just wait a little bit longer for me? Hey, Sierra, are you there? You haven't responded to any of my messages for the last 10 days. Is something the matter? Man, I bet you're still upset about me getting your hopes up with the divorce agreement thing last week. I really screwed up, didn't I? I'm so sorry, Sierra. I should have talked to my lawyer before making any moves. He could have told me that any edits have to be signed. Then I wouldn't have wasted that trip out to the courthouse. But let's look at the bright side. My wife is still in a persistent vegetative state. Ha 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 ha! At this rate, I'll be able to pull the plug on our life support within a few weeks. And then when that happens, there'll be nothing keeping us apart. We can finally be together. Just the three of us. You, me, and the baby. Oh, I'm so excited. I can barely sleep at night.
The baby? That's interesting.
Sierra, there you finally are. I've wanted to talk to you so bad.
You're the absolute lowest form of life on the planet, Dad.
Wait, Dad?
You've been sending message after message, each one more disgustingly immoral than the last.
What's going on? Who is this?
If I recall correctly, your mistress is your 26-year-old secretary at your office, Sierra something or other, right, Dad? I guess you're either too careless or too stupid to tell the difference between an R and an N on your phone, huh? Get some reading glasses, you old geezer.
Oh no. Sienna, this is your number?
You just now noticed this? It's been weeks.
Well, in my defense, your numbers are right next to each other in my contacts, so...
Ugh, how could you be so stupid? Honestly, it's impressive how dense you are. And this wasn't even the first time. You've been sending me messages for her just about once a week for the last few years.
Shoot, I did?
Yeah, you moron. That's how I learned about your affair, you lying, backstabbing creep.
Oh boy, this is bad.
And other than the whole betraying your family part, the worst part is how cringeworthy your texts are. You're old, Dad. Stop trying to talk like a Gen Zer.
Hey, that is no way to talk to your father, young lady.
Oh, now you want to be my father? Now you want to be a family man? You heard that your wife of more than 20 years and the mother of your daughter was in a coma. And the first thing you do is send a celebratory message to your mistress? You're the most miserable excuse for a father I have ever heard of.
Young lady, you will not talk to me that way.
Don't young lady me, you philandering sack of cow manure.
Hey! I said stop that! Anyway, if you're thinking about your future at all, you might want to reconsider whose side you're taking in this, Sienna.
Exactly what is that supposed to mean?
Think about it. What good is your mother to you? She works part-time. Now, if you stick with me, I can take care of you. You know I make a pretty decent salary, right? If you can convince the judge to give me custody of you, the potential benefits would be massive. Obviously, I'm not going to let you live with us, but I can put you up in a nice studio apartment in a good part of town. I'll pay your rent, utilities, all of that. You won't want for anything. So, what do you say, daughter?
You know, you were right the other day. You really should pay more attention to your lawyer. I mean that since I'm 18, neither of you gets custody of me. I'm an adult, Dad. Didn't you realize that? Me, in fact, you can't get custody of me at all. And even if that wasn't the case, I've already got a job lined up for after I graduate, so I don't need you for anything.
A job?
And when I explained the situation between you and Mom to my company, they said they're gonna let her move with me into company housing rent-free.
Wow.
In other words, neither I nor Mom need your help of some creepy old geezer like you.
Aren't you forgetting something? Your mother's in a coma, a persistent vegetative state. Even if she ever wakes up, which she probably won't, she's going to need consistent care for the rest of her life. You'll be all on your own to support her.
Who told you she was in a persistent vegetative state? Not me. Mom was already awake, you oblivious buffoon.
What? She is?
I was understandably surprised to come home and find Mom unconscious on the floor, but she had just had a bit of an episode caused by stress. I guess she got dizzy, hit her head on something, and fell down. So she ended up having to get a few stitches, but that's all. She had a CAT scan, and the results came back today saying she's completely fine with no lingering negative effects from the fall. Now, she just needs to rest for a while.
Oh, well, that's great news. Now that she's awake, I can finally get her to sign the divorce papers. I'll be over there in a bit.
Oh, and just so you don't go getting any ideas, if you come down here, there's no way you're getting into the room to see her.
Why not?
Whoa, you really think you're smooth, don't you? We know about your plan to edit the agreement. The courthouse clerk called Mom's lawyer about you trying to submit the agreement after making handwritten addition to it.
Oh, come on. Why would she do that?
Add another thing. You haven't heard from your mistress for the last few weeks or so, have you? Would you like to know why?
Did you have something to do with this? What did you do? Tell me right now.
Mom hired a private detective to keep tabs on your precious little Sierra, and guess what he found out? It turns out your precious little Sierra wasn't just messing around with you.
That can't be. You're lying.
So after Mom's lawyer got the report from the private detective, she had a little chat with Sierra, and her parents agreed to foot the bill for her share of the settlement for your affair. But her parents only did so on the condition that she broke things off with you.
This can't be happening. But wait, what about our baby? Sierra is 6 months pregnant.
Yeah, about that. I'm not familiar with all the details, but you might want to reconsider using the word our regarding that baby.
Huh? But that means...
Let me think. What her words were? Something like, I thought I made it clear from the start of our fling that it was just that, a fling. I was just bored and wanted a little excitement.
She said that?
Once I got pregnant with my real boyfriend's baby, I told him I couldn't see him anymore and broke things off with him. So imagine my shock when he started talking about getting married to me all of a sudden. And now his wife found out about it, so I have to pay damages. This is the worst. Not to mention, once my boyfriend found out about it, he dumped me. So now, thanks to that geezer, I'm stuck being a single mother. Just wonderful. I can give you the recording of that conversation if you want. It's pretty funny.
No. No, 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 no! This can't be true. Tell me you're lying.
Well, if I told you that, I'd be lying so. Oh, and by the way, I have a message from Mom.
Is she gonna give me a second chance? I'll do anything. Anything. I mean it. I'll do better this time. I can change. It was a terrible mistake. I was a fool.
From now on, all of our communications will go through my lawyer. I'll see you in court. And here's a message from me. After today, you will never speak to your daughter again for the rest of your life.
Sienna, you can't do this to me. I'm your father.
Not anymore. You're not. You're just some old geezer that I used to know. Goodbye.
Oh, come on. You can at least be polite when you say goodbye to me.
Maybe you should have thought about this potential this would happen when you were sneaking around with another woman around Mom's back. I'm blocking your number now. I figured that even all of that still wouldn't get the point through my dad. So I called my uncle, his older brother, and explained what happened. A short while later, my uncle messaged me back and said he, quote, took care of him. Kind of spooky, but hey, problem solved. He tried to fight paying the settlement to Mom, saying he was totally broke, but then Mom's lawyer looked into his finances. He apparently had just enough to pay off his settlement, so that was all seized and paid out to my mom immediately. They also found that he'd withdrawn a large portion of Mom and Dad's mutual savings account just before the divorce, so the judge ordered all of that to be paid back as well. Once that was finished, my parents' divorce was officially finalized. After I told my uncle about my dad trying to get out of paying the settlement, he messaged me back saying, looks like he needs another lesson. Should I stop telling my uncle things? Nah. His company found out about his escapades too, and promptly fired him. Having lost his family and his job, I wonder what he's gonna do now. Meh, it's not really any of my problem. A friend of mine said they saw him getting on a bus heading out of town. Maybe he'll try and start over. But at this age, good luck with that.
Hey, Julie. Okay, so I'm at a karaoke bar right now, but I kind of forgot my wallet. So, I don't know how I'm going to be able to pay the bill. So, well, yeah, that's what's going on right now. So, could you come down to the bar and bring me some money, like, now? My bill right now is about, $350, something like that. So, like, could you bring about $500 or so, just in case? Well, good evening, Alana. Let me assess the situation. It's the middle of the night, you're at a bar, don't have your wallet, and want me to bring you money. Let me guess, you left your wallet at home on purpose, right? No. Why would I do something like that? You know me, I'm just kind of forgetful. Uh-huh. So, yeah, like I said, bring the money for the bill, okay? When can you get here? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm out of town on business right now. Oh, what? Oh, and just so you don't get any ideas, your brother is out of town too. He went on a fishing trip with some of his friends from college and won't be back for a few days, so he can't come and bail you out either. Aww. So, once again, neither I nor my husband are at home right now. We cannot give you any money even if we wanted to, which we don't. Hey! I'm afraid you'll have to do something about that $350 bill by yourself. Your bill, your problem. Aw, come on! Some sister-in-law you are, Julie. Thanks to you, we're not going to have any money for fun until next month's payday. Is this about the $350 bill at the karaoke bar last night? Duh. Since you wouldn't pay the bill for me, I had to pay it myself. All $350. It was awful. I'm pretty positive that's how most adults pay for their bills, Alana. Excuse me? I'm guessing you waited until they were about to kick you out in order to make it seem like you were in a really bad pinch and needed my help. And I mean, it would be one thing if I had invited you out or something and said I would cover the bill, but you just went ahead and assumed I would pay it for you without even checking with me first. So I don't see any reason for you to be angry at me. You're just upset your little plan didn't work. What is your problem? If you genuinely lack the self-awareness to see how you're at fault here, then yikes. Ugh, seriously, why are you being so selfish? Don't pretend like you're so hard up for money. I went to your wedding, remember? It was crazy. You rented out the most expensive venue in town. You can pay some of that forward to help out your sister-in-law from time to time. First of all, that's not what pay it forward means. Second of all, your brother and I worked hard and saved up for years in order to pay for that wedding. Do you know how much overtime I put in last year? Enough to pay for my bar tab. What a coincidence. You made enough to pay for your bar tab too. But I wanted to buy other stuff with that money. Sorry, Alana, that's called opportunity cost. You're such a greedy person, Julie. Seriously, what kind of self-centered person doesn't help out family in need? You have a lot to learn about generosity. Hey, Julie! So, I heard you're going on a honeymoon, is that right? Oh. Well, yeah, Sawyer and I both hit a bit of a lull in our jobs, so we thought we'd take some time off before the next busy season kicks in. Interesting. What's interesting? Oh, nothing at all. My mom just said that you guys were finally going to go on your honeymoon half a year after your wedding, so I got curious and thought I'd ask if that was true is all. Well, okay, I guess. But yeah, our schedules are pretty different, so it's really only about once a year that we both can take time off at the same time. I see. So that's why you waited so long after your wedding? Yeah, that's why. Sorry, Alana, I hate to cut you off like this, but I'm still at work right now and I have a lot to do. Is it okay if we end this conversation here? There's still a bunch of stuff that I have to get finished before we leave for our honeymoon. Oh, of course, don't mind me. Thanks for telling me about your honeymoon, Julie. Hey, Sawyer, are you done with work?
Hey, Julie. Yeah, I finished a while ago. I just got on the road. I should be at the airport before too long.
Okay, I'm getting on the bus right now, too. We'll probably get to the airport at around the same time.
Gotcha. See you soon.
Oh yeah, one more thing. This may sound random, but did Alana happen to talk to you about anything today?
Nope. Not that I can recall, anyway. Oh boy. Don't tell me she's trying to get you to pay her bar tab again.
No, it's actually not about that this time. Earlier this afternoon, she messaged me asking about our honeymoon. According to her, she heard about it from your mom.
Oh no. Come on, Mom. She should know better than to tell Elena stuff like this.
She asked me if it was true that we were going on our honeymoon, and she asked me some other questions that, I don't know. It seemed like it really was just pure curiosity. The last thing she said to me before I went back to work was, "Thanks for telling me about your honeymoon, Julie." And, well, I might just be worrying too much, but I kinda got a weird feeling when she said that.
Well, in any case, there's nothing we can do now other than to make sure we don't give her any specific details about where we're going and when.
Yeah, you're right.
Seriously though, Julie, I'm really sorry about my sister. I know she's caused a lot of trouble for you, and none of it's your fault. Typically, Mama's more careful about what she lets slip. But I guess this time she was just legitimately happy for us that we were finally able to go on our honeymoon, and kinda got careless. Don't worry though, I'll talk to my mom to make sure she keeps all the rest of the details under wraps.
Thanks, Sawyer. I appreciate that.
Okay, so I'll see you at the airport in just a bit.
Yep, see you soon. Take care. Hey, Julie! So, how was your honeymoon? Good morning, Alana. Our honeymoon was a lot of fun, thanks. I guess the next time we'll be able to take a vacation like this is after we'll have a baby, huh? Oh, great! I'm so happy for you. So, I've got a great idea for a finishing touch on your super fun honeymoon. Before you check out, how about you come on down to the lobby and pay for our hotel room? What? What are you talking about? Are you on vacation right now? Who are you with? Well, duh, my husband. Who else? After all, we haven't had a chance to go on a honeymoon for ourselves either. And you guys seemed like you were really excited about yours, so we thought that we'd finally take our honeymoon too. Oh, well, I'm happy for you guys. So, yeah, come on down here, okay? We're waiting at the front desk. What do you want from me? Oh, come on. Don't pretend like you don't know exactly what I want. Alana, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. We decided that we'd tag along with you guys on your trip. Isn't that great? Tag along? We stayed at this super nice hotel. It's totally amazing. It costs $1,500 a night to stay here. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, bring your wallet, okay? What? $1,500 a night? That's insane. I know, right? But trust me, it's worth every penny. So, what's 1,500 times 7? 10,500? Congratulations, you can use a calculator. Oh, but now that you mentioned it, we ordered a ton of room service, so it'll probably be way more than that. Alana. Oh, come on, Julie. You two just had a luxury vacation, didn't you? Did you think you could just go on a trip all by yourselves without thinking of us? Yeah, I'm not gonna let you get away with that, so hurry up and get down here. Alana. Aw, are you jealous that we stayed in a better hotel than you? Admit it, you're jealous. Well, that's just what you get for having a super nice vacation without taking us along. You have no one to blame but yourself, Julie. So yeah, like I said, hurry up and get down here. We stayed at the Arc Plaza Hotel. We're trying to check out right now, so any time you could get down here would be great. Alana, listen to me. Okay, but make it quick. The manager's getting testy. Our honeymoon was last week. Huh? As in, not this week, but last week. You know, the week before the current one? Remember 2 weeks ago Friday when you texted me asking if we were going on our honeymoon? That was the first day of our trip. We left that evening. We were gone for a week and then came back last Friday. Wait, hold on. You can't fool me. I know you had work that day. You can't just go on a vacation at the same day you have to work. That's ridiculous. You're not going to get out of paying my hotel bill that easily, Julie. I left work early at 3 o'clock and met up with Sawyer at the airport. It's that simple. Wait, so you really did go last week? My mom said that you guys were leaving on Friday. Since you were at work that day, I thought that Mom meant to say next Friday, not this Friday. Okay, well, you thought wrong. Anything else? So, my hotel bill? I'm not paying it. But, come on! I told you before, Alana, your bill, your problem. But I can't pay a $10,500 bill. That's insane. And plus, there's the bill for all the room service we ordered. Do you have any idea how much caviar I've eaten this week? I repeat, your bill, your problem. You said you were with your husband, right? It's not like you're all on your own. You're both responsible adults. I'm sure that you can find a way to get yourselves out of the mess you've made. You don't understand. We don't have any money. Why are you so determined to never learn a lesson? Didn't the incident at the karaoke bar just a few weeks ago wake you up to the fact that I am not your ATM? $350? What on earth made you think that I would be willing to swoop in like Superwoman and pay a $10,000 bill for you? Well, I thought that if it were a really big bill, you'd be more willing to help me. You know, Alana, there's a word for what you are. It starts with an I and ends in diet. I don't get it. What's the word? Ugh, for crying out loud. This is not how I wanted to start my morning. I'm just about to get off the train to head to work, so I'm heading out now. Work? Now? Yeah, that's what most responsible adults do on weekdays. We work. So we have money to pay for things, and don't have to rely on our sister-in-law. Bye. Seriously, I need help. I don't have any money. Please, you gotta come down here and pay this bill for me. Thanks a lot, Julie. Guess what happened? Thanks to your appalling lack of common generosity. Now my husband and I have to move in with his parents. I'm gonna have to take care of his parents once they get old. That's too bad. How did that happen exactly? Since you were too much of a greedy pig to give us a measly $10,000, we had no choice but to contact my husband's parents. They said that if we wanted them to cover the bill for us, then we'd have to agree to move in with them to look after them once they get too old to live on their own. And my husband said yes. Oh, this is the worst. I see. I see? Is that all you've got to say for yourself? I'm gonna have to spend 20 years of my life looking after my husband's crusty old parents. Do you get that? Don't forget that this is all your fault, Julie. Remind me, which part of this is my fault again? Isn't it obvious? If you would have just been a decent person and covered the hotel bill for us, none of this would have happened. Remind me, when did I ever agree to pay for your week-long stay at a luxury hotel? I'm getting really tired of this. Do you realize that your mother came and apologized to us? She said that if she hadn't gone and told you about our honeymoon, that you wouldn't be in this situation, even though she didn't do anything wrong. Meanwhile, you refused to even place a single smidgen of blame on yourself for anything. That's because it's all your fault for being a greedy, penny-pinching cheapskate. How many times do I have to tell you, Alana? You can't just go and make big purchases expecting someone else is going to bail you out. For the umpteenth time, your bill, your problem. I cannot believe your lack of self-awareness. Holy moly, the irony in that line. Stop using words I don't understand. That's about half of the English language, though. Julie! Yes? Stop insulting me and send me money to pay back my in-laws this instant! No. I said this instant! Here's an idea. Take all the money that you've been spending on bars, restaurants, and vacations while expecting someone else to pick up the tab for you, save it, and then pay off your in-laws yourself. Good luck. I don't wanna! Please, Julie, I don't want to change my in-laws' diapers. Both my sister-in-law and her husband were awful workers, and they never managed to hold down a job for longer than a few months. In fact, the only reason they'd been able to have any standard living at all was because her husband's father paid for their apartment. Even still, they would constantly ask them for money for a new TV, a new phone, a new car, and much, much more. So, when they started out on this vacation, they never had any intention to actually pay for it themselves. When they realized that there was no way I was going to pay the more than $10,000 hotel bill for them, they had no choice but to rely on her in-laws again. And apparently, they were tired of the constant mooching, so they weren't going to bail them out unconditionally this time. According to my brother, Alana's husband's older brother and his wife had been living with them for several years. But apparently the lady of the house is, very strict on her son's wives, so they not only moved out, but cut them out of their lives completely. And it looks like that's what Alana is going to have to deal with now. Sure enough, the very next day after they moved in, Alana was sending messages to me, to my husband, her parents, grandparents, and just about everyone else she knew, begging for help. And having used up every last shred of goodwill she once had with everyone in her life, all of her messages went unanswered.